Hey, welcome. Let's talk about something we all struggle with. You know, that feeling when you really, really want to improve your life, but for some reason, you just stay the same? Well, today, we're going to get into the harsh psychological truth behind why it's so hard to change.
So, let's just ask the question straight up. Think about it. You decide you're going to start a new habit. Maybe it's waking up earlier, learning a new skill, eating healthier, and you're all in. But then, a week later, you're right back where you started. It's so frustrating, right? You've got the desire, so what is it that's holding you back?
Well, here's the core idea, and honestly, this might be a huge relief to hear. It's not a personal failure. It's not because you lack willpower. The resistance you feel, that's just your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. Let's dig into why.
Okay, so the first piece of the puzzle is all about efficiency. Your brain's #1 job, which it's been perfecting for millions of years, is to keep you alive using as little energy as possible. And change? Well, from your brain's perspective, change is really, really expensive.
And this leads us to this fascinating concept called psychological inertia. You know how in physics, an object in motion stays in motion? It's kind of like that for your mind. It prefers to stay in its current state. Your habits, your routines, your way of thinking, those are all well-worn paths in your brain. It's just the path of least resistance, and your brain is programmed to take it. Every single time.
So look at this. This is basically the subconscious calculation your brain is making. The familiar path is easy, it's low energy, you know what's going to happen, and it feels safe. But a new path? Wow, that takes a ton of energy, you have no idea what the outcome will be, and from a survival standpoint, it feels risky. So when it's faced with this choice, which path do you think your brain is going to default to? Exactly.
So conserving energy, that's the first big hurdle. But the resistance to change actually goes way deeper. It's not just about the effort of doing something new, it's also about the information that new thing represents. The thing is, we're hardwired to protect what we already believe is true.
And you can see this perfectly in something called the confirmation bias loop. It works just like this. First, you have a belief. Let's say it's, I'm just not good at public speaking. Then, without even realizing it, you start looking for proof. You remember that one time your voice shook. At the same time, you completely ignore any evidence that doesn't fit, like that time you made a fantastic point in a meeting. And the result? Your original belief that you're bad at public speaking just gets stronger and stronger. This whole cycle makes it incredibly hard for a new belief, like, hey, I could be a confident speaker, to ever even get a foot in the door.
So here's the big takeaway. Your beliefs aren't just sitting there passively in your head. Oh no, they are an active filter, like a security system for your entire worldview. They are working 24/7, mostly behind the scenes, to keep everything the same and to protect you from that uncomfortable feeling of being wrong. Okay, so we've covered the brain's need for efficiency, and we've talked about its bias for old beliefs. But now we're getting to the final and, honestly, the most powerful force that holds us back. This is what we can call the identity anchor. It's the reason that gets to the very core of who we think we are. This is the heart of it all, right here. We don't really resist changing a behavior, we resist changing our identity. To your subconscious mind, making a really big, meaningful change isn't just about picking up a new habit. It can literally feel like a direct threat to your entire sense of self.
So what's really on the line here? First up, our identity. You know, who we think we are. If you've always been the shy one, then becoming super outgoing can feel like you're threatening that whole identity. Then there's our personal story, the narrative we tell ourselves about our life. Big changes can force us to rewrite that whole story. And finally, our social standing. Change can actually shift our role in our family or with our friends, and that's a deeply unsettling thought. So we resist the change to protect the person we've always known ourselves to be. So if our brain is basically wired for inertia, for confirmation bias, and for protecting our identity, are we doomed? Do we just have to stay the same forever? No, not at all. The whole point of understanding these forces is that it's the first step to overcoming them. And it all begins with one simple but incredibly powerful idea: awareness.
Think about it like this. You can try with all your might to sail a ship forward, but if you don't even realize there's a giant heavy anchor holding it in place, you're just going to spin your wheels and get nowhere. That anchor is all this stuff: the psychological inertia, the confirmation bias, the identity protection. Just seeing it, just being aware of it, that's the first, absolutely essential step to finally lifting it.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Just by understanding these deep-seated psychological truths, you've already started to change the game. You can now see that resistance you feel, not as some kind of personal flaw, but as a mechanism, a design feature of your brain. So the question is no longer why can't I change? The question becomes, now that you can see the anchor, what new destinations are finally within reach?